Hello,
Hold
hello,
on.
hello.
What's up,
Jim
Jim?
Park, what's going on?
Yo, Steph Curry, man, the best player in the league with the ball in his hands. Let's go. Let's go, man. There's nobody better than this when he has the ball in his hands. What have I been telling you guys all these years? Let's go. This is gonna be a amazing season, bro. Every single game is gonna be a show. That's what I've been tuning in to watch all these years. It's been taken away from me for so long. And we're back.
This is man,
Cook up, Jim. Cook.
Get you some oxygen, brother. Get you some oxygen.
Don't ever tell me about the ball ever again.
Who was saying he was washed a couple days ago? This man's the best player in the league still. Today.
The GOAT. The GOAT.
It's actually not even
37 in
close.
March.
It's actually not even close how much better he is than everybody.
It really is a shadow.
I promise you, Joker could never.
Never in a million years. Who the is a Joker? Who the is a Magic Johnson, man? I can't do these on my face, nigga. None of them better
that
than my
fat Twinkie eater ain't better than Steph.
Thank you, Terry Stotts, man. You changed the trajectory of where this team is gonna go with this fundamental shift in how they use Steph Curry, man. And Mike Dunleavy, shout out, bringing in a bunch of defenders, putting an elite defense behind Steph Curry. Look at him, man. Look at Andrew Wiggins, man. Don't ever tell me that you want to trade Andrew Wiggins for Bobby Portis. Goofy! Enough of that dumb stuff. Look at Wiggins, man. Luka could do nothing against him when the game was on the line. Did you see that? Andrew Wiggins is a pretty good defender. No, he's the best POA in the league.
Don't Wiggins. Don't Wiggins. We gotta send picks and Wiggins for what? To dump Wiggins? Man, get the out of here, man. I don't want to hear it, bro.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna hold you though, Jim Park. I think trading Wiggins for Chetty Osman and bringing Rubio out of retirement might be a good trade.
Yeah, definitely, bro.
Hey, man, I was not willing to give up Andrew Wiggins for Larry Markkinen, Paul George, Zach LaVine. I'm like, yo, trade anybody. Like, do not trade their best POA. You get those guys. Who is guarding Luka? Paul George? Give me a break. Get a clue. Come on. You saw him win a title for the Warriors as the second best player just 2 years ago. They just have to shore up the rest of the roster. They finally did it, man. They had no slow-mo tonight, by the way, and so they ended up struggling again because that power forward, there was a void left in that spot again. He's a really important component to this team. Once again, Mike Dunleavy, amazing. Yo, that's a GM of the year right there, man. And Steve Kerr, there was some frustrating rotational stuff tonight, but at the end of the day, man, he's been getting it done. And, you know, when all said and done, given how what the league and everybody expected of the Warriors this season, the guy should be one of the favorites for Coach of the Year. Let's go.
By the way, I just want to remind everybody.
Jim Park.
I just want to
Will,
remind
before you
everybody.
get that point off, I'm proud of you, Jim Park. I'm proud of you for saying that. Go ahead, Will.
By the way, in the fourth quarter, I just want everybody to remember Andrew Wiggins held Luka to 0 points in the fourth quarter. 0 for 3, 0 for 2 from 3.
You know what's so funny? You know it's so funny because certain people told me that Luka Doncic might be the best offensive player of the generation. And,
I know one nigga.
They said ever, Bruce, but
yeah,
who's
they did say and Shadow, trust your eyes. I'm punting Wiggins because at some point you have to trust your eyes. Okay,
I have a question to ask Jim Park.
NBA media, stop calling Steph Curry the GOAT shooter. Oh, the best shooter ever. Reggie Miller. He is not in your category of players. I'm sorry. You guys are in two completely separate category of players. He's not a shooter like you. He's the GOAT. Treat him with the proper respect that he deserves. Stop calling him the greatest shooter of all time. He's one of the greatest players of all time. Even if you have some arguments about it, that's what it is. Enough with the greatest shooter is playing tonight. Oh, like, get out of here.
Bro, how many times have we seen Steph and the Warriors down 7? Literally by 7. And every time this dude hits shot after shot, makes play after play. And you know what I haven't heard anyone bring up yet? His defense. His defense.
He's going, bro.
If
you start the quarter with energy, he locked up Luka.
Two-way Steph. Two-way, bro. This mother At 36 years
He
old,
ripped Luka for fun.
The fourth.
Oh, LeBron. Oh, Kawhi. Oh, none of these stars can play defense because they have such an offensive burden. Bro, we watched him in 22 win a chip as a two-way player, and we're watching it again this year at 36, 2 years later.
The fourth, he Luka.
Bro,
he gets
bro. He got the
right
stop
now.
that started the run on Luka in the fourth.
Exactly.
Yes, he did.
Stops that
yes,
fat
he
ass.
did. Don't forget about it. And don't forget about it. Because guess what? We saw in the brightest lights, the biggest moments when we were down. They called him a front runner. Well, we do it again. We're down against Boston. Do it again. We're down against Mavs. Do it again. 2 years ago in the finals, did it again. How many times do you want to see it again? I'm telling you, this season, he's going to win Clutch Player of the Year again. I'm telling you, he's going to do it.
Fuck that. Give him the MVP, Dre.
Hey, he belongs in NBA. If we win 60-plus games, he might be in that conversation. The media, you know what they're going to do, Kevin. You know what they're going to do.
He's got to play enough games, too.
Prime. I called you Kevin. You know what they're going to do, Prime.
It's fine if you call me.
They're not going to put him in that conversation.
My boy
DJ, you're cooking, bro. You're cooking.
Hey, they're not putting it. Hey, he's got to move earth and back to be in the MVP combo. All I want is a chip. We get that chip, it's over. We're going to own this app. We're going to own the league. We're going to own the era. And we're going to own the greatest of all time title. Over!
Hey, Prime.
It's written. He's the GOAT. Of course he's getting number 5. Let's go.
What'd you say, L-Dot?
What did Barkley say?
Oh, Barkley after the game just said the Warriors won't be able to do this all year.
Yeah. We're 9-2.
I mean, bro, like,
niggas
really trying to, but like the thing is,
it's amazing how this guy doubles down every year, and Shaq told him. Shaq told him that they'll keep doing it.
So Barkley is a casual fan. He's not an analyst.
It's an act at this point.
Barkley's not even a fan. He's not even a casual, bro. He's just a guy who pumps out narratives to create drama and controversy.
Exactly.
Head. That's all he is.
And bro, it's like
that's what
no name calling. No name calling.
Charles Barkley.
He absolutely is.
Yo, hold on.
No, there won't be name calling. We're going to call Steph Curry the GOAT. That's the name calling we're going to do.
Should I go back and record what he said?
Hold on. Prime.
Get it.
Let's
calling him Kevin now.
Let's see. Yo, Prime. Let's save that one from in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got plenty to do in the morning.
Understand that the Warriors defense wasn't even good tonight.
Yeah,
except for when it mattered the most. Did we talk about Draymond Green yet? Did we talk about Draymond Green yet, man?
No, and
Draymond, bro.
That was the first thing.
That's where I'm hitting.
Oh my god.
This was Draymond.
Oh my god.
You guys remember that
This was
Draymond
something
block?
else.
That Draymond block? April
On Gafford?
On Gafford,
that same block last year. You remember that? It was the same block on the same play. You remember that block?
Hey man, I just want to say I appreciate Space Gang to be able to like express ourselves about this team and the truth about what's really going on, and being able to do this, being able to scream and yell and just be the rawest version of myself when it comes to my passion for this team, and Steph Curry.
Yeah, Space Go, you're the real GOAT.
Real GOAT, Urkel, this is amazing.
Jim, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. You have no idea. People can say this and say that, you know what I'm saying? But one thing that they can't say is that we ain't passionate, bro. Because over the summer, you know what I'm saying? When people were saying that we ain't gonna do shit, this, that, and the other, we're gonna be terrible, like 8th, 9th, 10th seed, and then we start off like this.
This is not a championship team.
This is not a championship
team. Be lucky to make the play-in.
Yo,
who have they beaten?
People had actual graphics made. Thank you, fans, in July before the season started that they put out when the season's over. They were saying the season over before it even started, bro.
What about the media personalities and the radio talk show hosts who said just trade Steph and get back some assets and build for the future?
Wow,
Respect
man.
Steph Curry.
Wow, I'm looking at
Top
my
to
book.
bottom. Joe Lacob, respect Steph Curry. Bob Myers, you should have respected Steph Curry. Steve Curry, you should have respected Steph Curry. Teammates, you should have respected Steph Curry. Klay Thompson, I appreciate that you want to go to the Mavs, try to gun for a championship with Luka, but you left the wrong guy for a guy who's not as good as Steph Curry at the end of the day. It is what it is. Shadow, congratulations, man. Your boy is killing it. We've been fighting for him, and it's been a fight worth fighting for.
Maple Jordan.
Appreciate it.
Hey, Shadow.
Yes, sir, Ski.
Those pick a side people are idiots, man. They're delusional fans, man. They're too optimistic.
Yo.
All I know is, everybody, I appreciate you guys rocking with me. When I gave you guys the blueprint and the game plan for what the man them told me, how the team would be, what they were going to do, how the team was, what Jerry Stackhouse was bringing, you guys believed me from day one. And all I could say is word for word, bar for bar, nothing was wrong. So let's move, man. Let's get this chip. Let's take it. Let's see what we can do over the next 9 games. Let's see what we can do. Let's try to go 8-1, 9-0, and let's just see what we can muster together. And that's 25% of the season, the first 21 games or so.
Hey,
Blaze, what you got for us, bro?
Draymond, Andrew Wiggins, put them in the freaking all defense team, man. Do not screw them again.
Both of them. Both of them. Tonight was the best defensive game we've seen from Draymond this season.
Consider Steph Curry too. Look at his defense. Nobody ever gives him credit. His defense is incredible. What the man? People laugh at me when I say stuff like this. But his defense is amazing. That's a huge part of why their defense is good, bro. That's why they're able to win the championships. But despite the fact that he's a point guard, it's because he plays elite defense. Put some respect on his defense, man. Hey, by the way, I hate to say this about Klay. Like, obviously he's a legend forever and whatever, but over the years, he has been competing for shots with Steph Curry, bro. Steph Curry has gotten a less opportunity to be himself because Klay is constantly competing for shots, even competing for game winners and all kinds of stuff, even down the stretch of games and overtime. Like, bro, I was tired of that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Don't say that.
Hold on, Jim. Let's not. Hold on.
All right.
This is.
I just had to get that on my chest.
Jim. Nayroy said this, and I just went back and I was reading his lips as well. This is my shit now. You didn't want to stay here?
He really said that?
Jim, go and watch the clip, bro. It's in the Jumbotron.
Okay.
I just posted it. Just go look at what he's saying.
Or it looked like you better stay here or something like that.
No. Prime. Go watch the clip.
Bro, I'm watching it.
Read his lips.
It does sound or look like he's saying you better stay here, but I can see the stay here. I don't know what
it's a tough one to read. Yeah.
What do you mean I'm starting controversy? No. Read his lips.
Bro, I mean, even if it was crazy all
game,
game, especially after that shimmy, he said, "All right, I got you. I see you."
Yeah.
I think he was saying. No, I think he was saying this is my shit here 3 times.
Like, even if you said you better stay here, that's still talking.
Oh yeah, this is my shit here.
Yeah, I can't picture Steph saying that, bro.
This is my shit here.
I just can't.
No, he said this is my shit here 3 times. He said it. Read his lips. This is my shit here. This is my shit here. This is my shit here.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, it was something like that.
We could say it make all the sense, but who really know? You know what I'm saying? You know them lip sync dudes.
We need a mic step up.
Hey, all I can say is the Klay stands crashing out tonight, boy. I feel sorry for them.
Hey, Bruce.
Yes, sir.
I don't care what y'all say. I'm reading his lips, bro. I watch it like 10 times now. You can't
look at my comment.
Jim. I swear to God, I'm not starting controversy, but just read his lips. And then look at the intensity in his eyes, bro. Just look at how intense he is.
That's the most intense I've seen him in a long time.
I've never seen him that intense before, bro.
Hey, man. This is my shit. You didn't want to stay here. Or this is my shit here. Either way, he's saying the same thing. You know exactly what he's saying. It doesn't matter what are the exact words coming out of his mouth. You saw what energy he was on tonight.
Right, that's honestly one of the best closing.
Whether he says you should have stayed here or whatever, it's kind of the same message.
Yeah,
bro.
it's the same thing. Exactly.
Yeah.
Hold on. So you don't think him leaving, he took that personally?
Of course he did.
So
of course he did.
You don't think him leaving, going to Dallas, right? Who he thinks is going to end up in the finals again. You think he didn't take that shit personal?
So I asked you a question pregame. They had a scheduled program. That was scheduled way in advance. They changed that program last minute, last night, allegedly. Let's just believe that that it was last night. Head coach said it was last night. We'll go with last night. There's a reason why in the last 4 to 5 days, especially in the last 3, that they had a change of scheduled programming at Chase Center tonight. This motherfucker was not going out tonight, bro. They was not going out like that. They had a direct change in schedule.
Y'all want me to read a text message that I got before the damn game?
Read it again.
What? Urkel, what'd you say before the game? I missed it.
So I was reading a text message. So somebody sent me a text message before the game, and it said, it's a text message that I got, bro. But I understand what's going on right now, and I understand how many people are in here, and I know how this is going to work. I've just been doing this long enough to know how this is going to work. So
you only live once.
You only live once. All right. So Steph ain't fucking with Klay. He's been acting weird. Word on road. That's a text message.
You can tell, bro. He pointed at him the first shot he hit of the game, bro.
So I get that text before the game. Word on road. Klay's been acting weird. Steph ain't fucking with that. And then I look at Steph, and I'm looking at the intensity in which he's saying, you didn't want to stay here? You didn't want to stay here? Bro, like, I've never seen him that intense. So what he did at the end of the game, that confirmed everything that I read. You know what I'm saying?
He's never even done that. When he hit the dagger, for example, I think last year against KD, and he kind of squatted down. He didn't even say nothing like that. I never seen.
No.
He's cool with KD.
No.
Yeah, cool with KD is one thing, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. So last year, no. But last year when he hit the dagger and all of that stuff, right? Like, he celebrated and all of that stuff. But you see that shit that he did at the end of the game?
Yeah, this was different.
It's fine. We don't have to harp on Klay anymore. He had a hell of a game. I thought it was kind of crazy that, there are some guys you play this help defense, right? There are some guys that you don't help off of, and Klay is one of them. You know what I'm saying? They have to use a little more common sense against certain matchups, but he had a hell of a game. Anyway, bro. So Draymond Green, Steph Curry, Andrew Wiggins. I mean, these 3 guys tonight, they were awesome, bro. Amazing game. And by the way, you kind of worry about Draymond as well as he starts to get older, but holy shit, that defense is not going anywhere. Not going anywhere. And by the way, that starting lineup was awesome tonight. They won their first quarter. I think AK, I heard you say that Trace only played well in the second and in the third quarter. He actually also played really well to begin the game as well. Unfortunately, he only gets no more than 5 minutes to start the game, and then he gets benched immediately. It is what it is. I think he's just not getting enough of an opportunity. I think he played poorly with that broken kind of weird bench unit that I don't think anybody can salvage. That lineup is just weird. It's not doing well. They need to do something about that. But that aside, the starting lineup looks really good together. I
do think he started the game decent, but he came out with a different energy in that third quarter. I mean, he was running the floor. His help side defense everything was timed right.
Yeah,
he wasn't over helping. He was doing everything right.
Well, AK,
he was actually playing with force.
I feel like he's a lot like, and I've been saying this for a long time about him. He is a much better second half player than he is a first half player. I've always felt that about him, even ever since early part of last season. It just the defense becomes more intense in the second half. They don't come out guns blazing all out defensively to start a game, right? You try to get into a flow of things, and you know what I'm saying? So it's just not the same kind of course, the energy is going to be different. It's just Melton played really well also, like somebody mentioned before. I mean, this is an efficient game, man. 14 points, 6 of 12, like just all around play. And I think he twisted his ankle. I hope he's okay in the early part of the game. So I thought that's why he came out really early in that third quarter. Pods came in. You guys remember that?
I think Melton's shot negation on Kyrie Irving in that fourth quarter was just as important as Wiggins' defense on Luka. He had shot 3 of 3. Let's not forget Kyrie was 3 of 3 up to that point until we went with that closing lineup. And the amount of times in that fourth quarter that he took him out of getting into the mid-range and operating in the mid-range and getting downhill or getting into his step back. And so many times he forced him to just shoot a grenade out to the perimeter. There were like 3-4 possessions damn near in a row that he did that he forced that, and they ended up taking a bad shot or they took a forced shot. And that was absolutely massive. Most of that game, it made more sense to have Melt on Kyrie, but it was pretty apparent when Luka had 20 minutes in the first half that we weren't going to match. We weren't going to mirror match the guys that should have been guarding man-to-man Luka, man-to-man Kyrie. We just weren't going to mirror that. So, but when it mattered, we did it, and they just let Steph do his thing. Steph did it on the other end, but hey, man, tonight I got a different level of respect for this guy, Melt, because when you can negate shot attempts from Kyrie Irving, who was killing everybody in that game, that's a different level of defense. There's not that many players that can even force him out of his look. There's probably 10 dudes in the league, 10 guards in the league that can do that. That was extremely impressive. I think Jim had mentioned it earlier, and we were talking about it earlier. I think earlier in this week, he's got to be the 2 guard. He's got to be the 2 guard because 16-game situation, this is the dude that you got to put next to Steph. This guy is something else.
Yeah, we've been talking about that.
His contract.
Dre's been talking about that all summer. So that's something that had been brewing. We wanted to try some other guys, and at the end of the day, it didn't really work all that great. So now it's him, man. That is what it is. Shout out to Kuminga who closed the game tonight. Whenever he's given that opportunity and he holds up his end of the bargain, I'm always going to praise him for that. And tonight he did well. So good on him. And again, I think if they had slow-mo in this game, it wouldn't have been this close. I love that we got this kind of game to experience, down the stretch, how these guys come up clutch when the pieces are right. I absolutely love that. But I do think that if they had slow-mo, they wouldn't have had these giant lulls with the bench units the way they did tonight. So I think they'll have an easier time beating that team when they have a full squad. Oh, and by the way, Kyrie Irving, he shot well, 8 of 13, 21 points, but 6 assists. He also had 5 turnovers. They did a really good job of limiting him and giving him a hard time when he got into the paint. Loon stole the ball from him once. Trace did a good job on him. I think he blocked one of his shots. Go ahead, Lee.
Jim, have you ever seen Kyrie get his shot blocked like that?
I mean,
hardly.
It rarely happens, but
maybe in the finals. Maybe in the finals recently.
That was a block, right, Lee?
That was a block.
That was a block, yes.
Look at the stat sheet and you'll see that Trace doesn't have a block in the stat sheet.
Wow.
That is kind of stupid. What is even a block then?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that is literally a block. It was supposed to be high off the glass, and Trace swatted it away.
Only thing I was disappointed in Trace with tonight is the free throws. 2 of 6 from the free throw line. Like, he needs to be better. I
have a question.
I trust and believe that he's going to be closer to 65-70% this season. I don't want to see him in the 50% range. That's goofy. That's like Gobert. I want to see him closer to 70%. So tonight was a little bit disappointing in that regard. But that energy that he did come out with, like AK was talking about in that third quarter, was very different. And if he can continue to play with that level of aggression, that starting lineup, in my opinion, is probably one of their best defensive, tandems, combinations that this team has. So, and they showed that too. They were down going into halftime, and they erased that pretty quickly. So, I love seeing that from the starting unit. Hey, I love you guys. I love that I could share these amazing games with you guys and just break it down and all this stuff. Really appreciate you guys more than you know. I'm off for tonight. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep because I'm making fucking breakdown videos of Trace Jackson Davis and shit on my YouTube channel. So go check that out. But other than that, again, I appreciate y'all more than you know. I hope you guys have an amazing night of sleep, and we'll talk soon. Have a good night.
Appreciate you, Jim.
Appreciate it, Jim. Have a good one.